Caregiver.
Hey, real quick, I wanted to ask you some questions because you at one point were on EBT and food stamps. Is that correct?
That's correct. Years ago,
But you're not on it anymore.
No.
So, did you end the program or did they graduate you from the program?
I guess it's a combination of the two because once you don't need it anymore, you don't go because you have to reapply every 30 days at the time that I was on it
Reapply every 30 days.
for the food stamps.
Now,
We had to go physically.
you had to
Go physically into the office.
go physically in the office in person and apply.
Mm-hmm.
When was that? What year? What time frame was that?
I want to say between 98 through 2002 when I
Oh,
had lost my job.
okay, all right. And that video's on your channel, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And you've gotten a lot of comments on that video too. So, yeah, if anybody wants to know more information about what actually happened, the experience, go check out Anonymous Caregiver. I'll make sure the link's in the description. But back years ago, you had to apply for the food stamp program, and even can you just like briefly describe the experience of application?
Uh, it was an awful experience, actually. Uh, I had to be interviewed by a very obnoxious representative of the, I can't remember the name of the organization right now. But anyway, he was very obnoxious. He was nasty. He did not believe that I really needed food stamps. It was the two, you and your brother and myself, and I had just lost a job, so I needed to have some kind of source of income, a food source, and that was one of them, right? And he did not believe that I lost my job. I had to bring in all of this criteria to show to him, of course, which makes sense. Okay, I brought that to you. You're looking at it, but you're still not believing what you're seeing. So
Like, was he waiting? Was he waiting to hear like your stomach rumbling or something?
I don't know what he was waiting for, and I was trying to stay as calm as I could because I needed what he had, at that moment. Bottom line was, when I got through all that paperwork and all that time spent to get this food stamp, they only gave us $30. That's what I wanted to say. $30 a month. That was $1 a day for food. So I was annoyed. I was frustrated. I knew that this was only one place I was going to go to get assistance because at that time I made a point. That was my job while I was out of a job. Going from different agencies, it was like a springboard. They would help you a hand up, not a hand out. It's a hand up to get you from point A to point B through your situation. And honestly, everyone else except the Department of, what is the name of that? I can't think of it right now, for food stamps. They were the nastiest. I won't say they, the person that interviewed me was the nastiest person I'd ever encountered. All of the other places I went to, they understood the situation. You fill out a form. That's all you had to do. You didn't have to be scrutinized. You fill out a form. You either are selected for that program or you're not. You qualify or you don't, and you move on to the next. And they always, especially United Way, they always gave you other places to go if they could not accommodate you.
And then even still, apparently, you've passed the test because you at some point received the food stamp benefit. So once that actually happens, is it even enough to really live off of, survive
It
off
was
of?
not, no, it was not $30 a month. I
Thirty
just,
dollars a month.
$30 a month
So
for
you
the
jump through
three of us.
hoops for $30 a month.
For $30 a month, that was $1 a day to me. So of course I had to really, really manage that. When I spent that $30 on food, I made sure I got what we really needed nutritionally and prepared it sparingly. And you guys never noticed it. You never noticed it. I did what was instructed to me in my spirit, how to handle that small amount of money for the food at that time. Like I said, that was 1998 through 2002.
And right now, you're actually you'll receive the cost of living adjustment increase for Social Security.
Yes,
So, but even still, we know that the prices at the stores are going up.
exactly.
So, what are you doing that others perhaps maybe could be doing as well to help try to weather this storm?
hmm I'm doing what I always did. I am still budgeting my monies. I am paying attention to sales and various stores that offer the best prices on the uh, items that I need for my family, which is now just me and my mom and your grandma. But I'm still doing the same practices that I did then, and they, for me, were fail safe then, and they're still working for me today. And I still take a certain amount of money every single month, and I add it to my savings. I am going to have savings, and I do not have any bills at this time. I have obligations. I have a mortgage. I have my utilities every month and food, okay, gas, that kind of thing. And I maintain those things regularly. I do not skimp on any of that. And I'm not in want of anything.
But you're also working towards employment opportunities, building businesses, side hustles, generating passive income,
All of the above.
which one of those includes your YouTube channel.
Yes.
Yes, that we are always working on. You took a little
Yes.
bit of a break, but you are back,
Yes. And I'm learning more and more from you.
learning more, posting more,
Yeah.
recording more, and then sending them to me, and then I'll edit them and I put them up and post them. And you're
Yes.
actually, are you working on a few to come?
I'm working on quite a few. You interrupted me, as a matter of fact, in one I was working on just now.
Oh, my bad.
And I also want to add that when I came out of church today, I had a very close friend come up to me and say, I'm really liking your channel, Janine. So, things are coming along, Miss Anonymous Caregiver.
Okay. And I think that your church is probably one of the good churches.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Hands
know.
down.
I don't know how true this story is, but we'll leave it here. Okay, we'll
I,
leave it here. We'll maybe pick this back up later if anybody wants to know more about it. But I came across a video where somebody claimed that their church passed around the offering, and they wanted people. I think it was I think they wanted. I don't even. I think it was like a digital thing, and they wanted people to swipe their credit card or their whatever card they had to do the offering.
that wasn't my church.
I know, I know. That's why I said I think your church is one of the good ones.
That
Now,
is not what we do.
granted, you got to think. All right, so there's people who are able to and want to uh, tithe and do the offerings at the church. They want to, okay, and we are moving towards a digital age where cash isn't what it was. So, for a church to offer a QR code or a link or some way to swipe, or even a church to accept cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, whatever it may be, it makes sense because, it's part of evolution.
Right.
But in the story that I came across, they said that in this church, if your card was declined, not that you didn't want to tithe or, share an offering, but if your card was declined, ultimately meaning that you're unable to, they said that the church said, turn to your neighbor and ask them to cover your tithe.
That's not my church.
No,
And
I
I have to
know.
go back and I do say that we do have QR codes. We do have options for you to give. That's how the church thrives. Come on. The church thrives through the givings of the congregation. And we, at my church, that we'll talk about it another time, so you say,
We give in the community and we give worldwide. I have been at this church, just for those that don't know, I've been at this same church for over 20 years. So I'm telling you what I do know.
When they started in a trailer,
Oh, yeah, you
they
remember because
started in a
you
trailer,
and your brother were there.
a little
Yes,
double wide, maybe single wide. I don't remember. It was a small
that's
trailer.
right. That's right. That's right.
Um, so yeah, we'll definitely have to pick back up on that later. And again, this is evolution of the economy. Basically, the churches
Hmm.
they are part of that because again, people aren't walking around with cash like they used to put in the
Right.
envelopes. So with the advancements and I'm sure a church even has Apple Pay now. It only makes sense, as well as businesses out there that are members of these churches that are saying, "Hey, look, let me offer you our services as a merchant, bring you up to date with technology, probably at the lowest cost possible per transaction at that, to
Mhm.
continue on with this." Which I even mentioned this in a past video that, ironically, even homeless people who are asking for donations are going to need panhandlers, homeless, whatever you want to call it. They're probably going to need to find a way to incorporate technology in their lives, because although people may want to help them with donations, they don't carry cash.
Yeah.
They don't carry cash like they used to. Ronnie.
That's remarkable. That's a very interesting point.
Ronnie made a point on one of his videos on Economic Prepper where he was at Costco and he noticed someone there paying in cash or someone else noticed him paying in cash, and it just sparked the conversation about how people don't have cash. So again, it's not just about the church trying to be greedy.
Right.
Uh, everybody's going to have to evolve with the changes or possibly get left behind. But that one church and that story I heard about, if your car gets declined, it wasn't even ask your neighbor to help. It was ask your neighbor to cover for you. Like, I don't know. That seemed like a greedy church.
Well, I have to really process what you just said because honestly, that's about love again in action. If I were sitting in the church pews and someone next to me said, I really want to give, but I don't have anything on me right now, would you spring for me? My answer would be yes.
But but
Yes.
but how is but at the same time, why can't they and shouldn't, as the church, and I don't want to go into another topic. This is supposed to be the end of the video, but shouldn't it be like, all right, let's help you first? It's because at the end of the day, it's like, yes, the church is going to receive on your behalf, but you're going to walk out of here struggling.
No, that is not how we operate. If that person next to me needed something that I have, I'm going to give it to him or her. Acts 2 Church, that's what we're based on. Read it when you get a chance. We share what we have. Now, for that person to even humble themselves and ask for help, that means to me they are genuine. It's from the heart. And it also means that at the end of this service, we are going to get together and find out why you didn't have. And we're going to resolve that issue within the church.
No, you're absolutely right. And I actually posed this question on the channel because I don't know if you watch Stephen Gardner. You ever watch Stephen
No.
Gardner? We went and visited him out in Utah when we went skiing that one time.
Oh, okay.
And he does a channel giveaway, which Squirrel Tribe and I have donated to twice, I think, so far last year. But he also shares, I don't know if he shares it with his entire channel, but he shares it with me to show me. He's just like, he says, man, thank you so much for helping. It really helps these people a lot. And I've asked the question if we should try to do the same here. So I'll ask you the same question, and maybe you can provide an answer for maybe the people in your circle at your church. How can we help more people? Is it a giveaway? Is it, some sort of food donation or whatever it may be? Because moving forward in 2023, in a recession, heavy inflation, high interest rates, rising food costs, possible food shortages and insecurities. We got to figure out a way to help everybody, as many people as we can.
And I would say to that, there are so many needs out here. Food being critically the first one. Can you imagine? I was in the community yesterday with my grandson, with Gavin, and we served the community of seniors in our area, giving out food baskets. That's what we do. We do that with Mending the Gap. That's the name of the organization, right? And when we go to these different homes and see how they're barely living and looking so forward to a box of food, are you kidding me? There are so many needs out here that people have no clue of as they're driving down the road, going to the malls and the movies and the vacations and all. That's great if you can do it, but have a heart for those that cannot.
Yeah. And the ones that you're speaking of are the ones that like physically cannot.
They physically cannot, or they're working the best they can, but they don't have enough to make ends meet. So
And
they
that-
need food. They need toiletries.
They do. And in addition to the giveaway and any other mean that help could be provided, I do think that an important component of that is perhaps maybe what we try to do with every video, all of us, is share knowledge and education, wisdom, links, information, opportunities that some people just aren't aware of.
Yeah. And I would also want to add one other thing. When you come up with these ideas of giveaways and that kind of thing, I would rather be in partnership with others that are doing it, not just the church. There are other organizations that I don't have at the top of my head right now, but I would like to link arms with them, because you also have that element of people out here that, oh, it's a free giveaway. Let me just grab this and grab that and
Yeah.
sell it over here, sell it over
Yeah,
there.
yeah,
The
yeah.
heck with all of those people that don't really have anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It should be
But
a
if you,
qualification process.
yeah,
Well, not like crazy like the food stamp guy that just like,
right. Nothing like that. Nothing
But-
like that.
I know on one of your last videos, this is it. We got to go. Otherwise we'll be here forever. One of
Okay,
your
okay.
last videos, you mentioned Good Samaritan Health.
Good Samaritan Health Center.
And that's
Yes.
that's if you don't have insurance.
You don't have insurance, right?
So that's a helpful piece of
Resource.
knowledge and information and resource that some people
Yeah.
may not even be aware of.
Right. Right.
So I'll link in the description below for folks to check out that video with Good Samaritan, and I'll let you get back to work. And thanks
On my next video.
Yeah, thanks for calling.
Thank you so much. I love you, son.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.